Okay, so now let us start. Yeah, welcome to our guide to the studies of Pali text. And it's the language of Theravada Buddhism, right? And this course is organized by the Theravada Academy, which is under the Brahmavihara Monastery and Retreat Center. Okay, now, so before we start, let us look at the brief introduction, particularly the Homage PALI to the Homage PALI. Yeah, so you see, when we talk about the Homage PALI, right, it's very controversial, right? And of course, modern scholars, put various theories on this issue, particularly in Sri Lanka, right? Pali commentaries, tradition in Sri Lanka, say that the Magadhi, right? Magadhi, the word Magadhi is the original language, right? And of course, this is a language that is used in the Theravada Buddhism, like in Sri Lanka, and Myanmar, Thailand, Cambodia, in South Asia. So then 100 years after the Buddha's passing away, there was a split among the Buddhist communities, right? Of the Sanghas, into different schools or different sects, right? Then, since that time, different local languages have been used by Buddhist monks, for their compilation of their, the suttas and vinayas, right? Then, of course, monks in Magadha kingdom, right, use a Magadhi language for their compilation of the suttas in Vinaya. Because you see, you find the suttas, right? This is in the Vinaya Chulavaga. You had a statement like Anujanami Bhikkhave Sakkaya Niruttiya Buddha Vachanang Pariya Punitung. Right? Monks, I allow you to learn the Buddha Vachana. Here the Buddha Vachana means the saying of the Buddhas, right? The words of the Buddhas in your own language, right? Niruttiya, in your own language. So then, yeah, in your own language, now evolve, different languages, right? Local languages, that used by different school of thought. For example, the Mahasanghikas, right? They adopted this Apabhramsa, right? Is their sacred language. In the northern India, like in the Kashmir, the Sarvastivadis adopted the Sanskrit as their sacred language. Right? Then another school of thought, Dharmaguptakas, right? They also adopt the Gandhari, right, as their sacred language, Gandhari. Right? And then, of course, Theravada school use, what they call the Pali language, but still, the word Pali is very controversial, right? And of course, according to Sri Lanka, right, the Sri Lankan chronicles and the commentaries says that this Arhat Mahinda, right, who is the son of the King Ashoka, right, brought this Pali canon to Sri Lanka, and of course preserve it in the oral tradition, right, vocal tradition, until it was committed to writing in the 1st century BC. So then, of course, in the past, Pali language has been used, was probably a spoken language. And now the tradition is lost, right? So the language now that we use is confined to only the sacred literatures of the Theravada Buddhism. Okay. So for Pali students, okay, a serious Pali students, right? And of course, we should appreciate, the beauties of ancient language. Now, of course, in order to translate them, those Pali texts into English, of course, it's not very easy, right? But of course, there's a way of translating the text. So over the years, there were a different tradition, of these ancient grammars evolved, So you have these three very important, right, tradition. One is Kachayana, right? Another one is Mogglayana. Another one is Saddhaniti, right? And for Sri Lankan tradition, right, the grammar that they use is compiled by these Kachayana. The first one, who wrote a very important text called Netipakarana, right? This is one of the texts in the Khuddaka Nikaya. And this Kachayana tradition is used in Sri Lanka, right? Of course, for modern students like us, it's not easy to access even to this grammar, right? Then, of course, now the method that we use, we follow the Western approach, Western method. And then you have the Mogglayana, is also a Sri Lankan monk. And so for these ancient grammars, right, it's more to the Sanskrit grammars. And then another one is the Saddhaniti. Saddhaniti, this is an elaborate grammar book, right, written by one of the Myanmar monk, right, named Agavangsa. Right? And of course, this is this is more popular in Myanmar. And of course, the method that we use to analyze these Pali structures or Pali grammar, right? We followed Professor Dhammajoti, okay? And of course, these are the books recommended by Professor Dhammajoti for serious Pali students like, the William Geiger, A.K. Warder, and the recent publication by Professor Dhammajoti is Reading Buddhist Pali Texts, right? And of course, our class, though it's a beginner, right, we will adopt the method that used by these teachers, right? Particularly, in the analysis of the Pali structures or the Pali grammar. Yeah. So the reason we study this Pali is because we want to better comprehend the teachings of the Buddhas, right, preserved in the ancient language, like in Pali, right, using the modern approach. And of course, yeah, this is a Pali for beginner, right? So someone said, Bhante, or your Pali beginner and the advanced or the elementary or the intermediate make no difference. Yeah, it's indeed make no difference. Yeah, because we are dealing with the suttas. When you start reading the suttas, then it's very hard, to say, now this sutta is meant for beginner, that sutta is meant for the element, for the advanced one. So there is no such. So anyway, we will choose some of very suttas that we use for our daily chanting, like taking refuge and the 5 precept, 8 precept, right? So these are the the Pali verses that we use to chant every day. I mean, for Buddhists, right? And other than this, also we will focus on the recollection of the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, right? Like Itipiso, Swakato, Supatipano. Yeah, so these are the texts, for Theravada, Buddhist, we recite this every now and then. So if we can start from these, these suttas. So I consider that suttas, known to us as beginner, okay? And of course, in terms of the Pali analysis, it is the same for the Pali beginner and for the elementary or for the advanced. The Pali grammar is the same. And of course, this is a Pali class meant for beginners. So I'm not going to introduce, the simple Pali that used by other books, like the monkey jump from one tree to another tree. We fall down, from the tree. Not that kind of Pali. Okay. Because we don't use that Pali. So the Pali that we use is our daily recitation. So by reciting the Pali suttas, you see, we comprehend the Pali, we comprehend the meaning of the Pali better. Okay. So other texts like Karanimetta suttas, right? The Metani Samsa suttas, Kanda suttas, Mangala suttas, right? Ratana suttas, or even Anapanasati suttas. Yeah, so these are the ends. Some of the suttas include, like, the Parita chanting, Okay, Paritachante. So these are suttas, known to many of you. Huh? And of course, learning this Pali 12 weeks is not, of course, to make you an expert in Pali, right? But at least with the helps of the explanation of the grammar, right, its analysis and syntax, and of course, I will show you the relationship, and I try, to translate it literally, so to reflect, the original intents of the Buddha's teaching, right? So I hope, this Pali class for a beginner, right, can plant the seed of your interest, right, in learning Pali. So I hope you don't give up Pali learning from now on. Stick to this Pali class. And yeah, we are dealing with, texts, very ancient texts. So hopefully through, learning these Pali texts, you can understand, the Buddha teaching well. And of course, this Brother Kao, who is the Brother Kao, I think you know the Brother Kao, right? He's a tutor for this Pali class, right? So of course, if you want to know more about the Pali grammar, right, you can also refer to Brother Kao. So Brother Kao will arrange, kind of tutorial class before the start of this 3:30 class. So he will start at 2 o'clock. So you can join in. So he will introduce some of these very simple grammar to start with. Okay, so don't give up. So take it a challenge. So there's no ending learning in life. So life had to go on. Now, okay, so yeah, to start with, for Theravada Buddhists, we will recite, this homage verse. So yeah, it reads like this. So many of you also know how to recite, right? So you also can recite together. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Okay. And of course, you look at this sentence, right? Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Okay, so this is how we will read Namo. So as you read these Pali verses, try to focus on its proper pronunciation in terms of long and short vowel. Okay. So okay. Now, sorry. Okay, so yeah, like in the modern language, when we translate the Pali, right? Like translate Pali. First of all, you see the methodology is like this. You look at the verb. Look at the verb. So this is the first step. Look at the verb. Of course, for a beginner, you can't find where is the verb, right? Then followed by the subject. Okay, when I talk about the subject, right? Subject. And then followed by the object. For example, I eat rice, right? I eat rice. Okay? Then the Pali structure will be like, I rice eat. Okay? I rice eat, right? Then of course, if you look for the Pali verb, usually the Pali verb can tell you the subject. Tell you the subject. So the I is the subject, rice is the object, and then the verb. Okay, so what else? So let me see. Okay, so I will guide you step by step, right? Like for example, since this sentence there's no verb. There's no verb. Okay, there's no verb. No finite verb. Then we look at the subject. In this case, the subject is Namo. Okay. Then you look at this abbreviation. You have the N, you have norm. What is this? SG. This N stands for the neuter noun. Okay, neuter noun. Yeah, so like in Pali, now you have three gender. You have the masculine noun, you have neuter noun, and then you have feminine noun. So in this case, Namo is a neuter noun. Okay, so here norm means nominative. Nominative, right? So nominative means subject. Okay, and then SG here is a singular. So you see, you look at this case. In Pali, there are 8 cases. 8 cases. Like you have the subject, usually it's in the nominative case, and you have the accusative, right? That is in the object. And then you have the instrumental, right? And you have the ablative. You have the genitive, and you have the locative, and you have the vocative, right? And of course, you have another one is called dative. Right? So you have these 8 cases. Yeah. So of course, we are all matured enough. So my Pali class, I'm not going to, ask you to memorize all these things, but I will just, give you all these cases so that this is a subject, this is a nominative case, and this is accusative case. Okay, and then you have the number, right? Number mean either is singular, one person. Okay, and for 2 and above is considered as plural, right? But of course, if you are learning Sanskrit, you have 1 person, you have 2 person, and you have plural. The 2 person, they call it dual. Right? So it's much more complicated than this. And then you look at this. This is what called. This is from. Okay, I use this. This is a short form of it's from. From where? From. Okay. So this Namo. You see, for these nouns, you have to know where these nouns coming from, right? So in this case, this Namo is coming from Namas. Yeah, like in Pali, you have altogether about 17 or 18 types of noun ending, end in different ending. Okay, end in different ending. So in this case, this Namo is from Namas, ending in AS. You look at the ending part, AS. Okay, so this is the meaning, Namas. So of course, Namas in front of T, it becomes Namo. I mean, this is due to the internal kind of euphonic combination. When one word with another word, tend to join together, there is a change of the sound, right? So you cannot recite like Namas tasas, tas, not smooth. Namas tas, not smooth, isn't it? So you see, so instead of Namas tas, okay, AS in front of T become O. So it becomes Namo tas, then it becomes softer. Okay, yeah. So this is what I call the euphonic combination. Sound and sound, go to an internal sandhi. Okay. So then you have the tassa. Okay, the second one tassa, right? Yeah, so this is a masculine, right? This is a dative, right? Dative means to someone, okay, to someone. And you have the singular, like, so this tassa is mean to him. And it is from soul. It's from soul. So this soul is a 3rd person pronoun, like he. When we talk about the personal pronoun, you have the 3rd person pronoun, 2nd person pronoun, and the 1st person pronoun. Like 3rd person pronoun, like he, she, it, right? Plural means they. Okay, so this is kind of revise of your learning structure. Now the 2nd person pronoun, 2nd person like you, singular. You, also plural. And then the first person pronoun is like I. First person plural means we. Okay. So, okay. So tassa, this is a dative mean to him or of him. Right? That kind of meaning. So the Bhagavato. Okay. So yeah, this is a case in the dative or genitive, right? And it is a singular. Bhagavato. So I can translate like to the fortunate one or of the fortunate one, right? To and of. And this one is from, okay? From Bhagavan or Bhagava. So this is also another case ending in ANT or VAT, or VNT or VAT. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you want to know a little bit more of this Bhagavato, right? I also elaborate a little bit, right? This Bhagavato is from Bhaga, right? Bhaga is a noun, mean fortune, fortune. So this VANT or VAT, right? This is a possessive suffix added to the noun, Bhaga. So it becomes like possessing fortune. That's why when we translate the Bhagava, we translate like the fortunate one. Okay, the fortunate one or the blessed one. It means that the Bhagava is one who possessed the fortune. Okay, so, but of course, this is a case, Bhagavato is in the dative or genitive. Yeah. So I think Brother Carl will give you the list of this declension, right? In due time. And another one, yeah, is Arahato. Arahato, okay? You see, Arahato and Bhagavato, yeah, they are more, in terms of grammar, they are the same, dative or genitive, singular, right? To the worthy one. But in this case, it is not the possessive suffix, but it is a present participle. So I hope you understand what is grammar. When you talk about the participle, all right, you have the past participle, future participle, and present participle. Okay. Like for example, when I talk, what is past participle? Rice that had been eaten, or you can say the eaten rice. Okay, or heart that is broken. You say broken heart. So if you look at this English, the broken heart, the broken is a past participle describing the heart that has been broken. It's called broken heart. Okay, so you can say the heart that has been broken, or you can use the broken as an adjective to describe the heart. Okay, so this is the usage of this participle. Or what is this present participle? Present participle, you are talking about like the boy who is running. Then you say running boy, isn't it? Or cycling, the boy who is cycling. Then you get cycling boy. It means that you have the word like cycling or running. Huh? Yeah, ing, yeah. Okay, it's running. Then you say running boy. Or the boy who is eating. You said the eating boy. Right? So this is a present participle in action. You are describing that boy who is eating. So you see the eating boy, mean eating is an adjective also describing the boy who is eating. Then how about the future participle? I mean, I'm giving you a general, understanding of the grammar, the English grammar. Or like future participle, what are the words like? To be understood, or should be understood, or might be understood. Okay, so you have like PALI should be understood. Okay, or understood mean you also can translate like English to be understood or understandable English. Can I say that? English to be understood. Can you say that understandable English? English understandable. Or you can say that the defilements should be abandoned. Then we say the abandonable defilements. Okay, or defilements should be abandoned. We say abandonable. So you have the like abundantable. So this is what we call the future participle. Okay, so in this case, arahato is the present participle. So ar, one of the meaning mean to deserved. Ar mean the deserving one. It means that the one who is, deserved, a deserving one to be. And you have what else? Sama Sang Buddho. You see, though this Pali is very short, but you have learned a lot, right? At least a general understanding of what this grammar is. Sama Sang Buddha. What else? Yeah, you look at this, it is a compound. Okay, Sama Sang Buddha. Right? Of course, it's a compound, right, of this Sangma Sang Buddha. So you look at this Sama Sang Buddhas, as. This is the dative or genitive. Then, of course, you want to further analyze, right? Like Sama. This is an adverb, mean like properly, right? Perfectly, truly. With the prefix sang, mean together. Okay, sang. So this is one of the prefix, sang together, or thoroughly. And the Buddha, right? Yeah, Buddha, Buddha, right? So this is another word that's past participle. So you see, it's quite exhaustive, to learn all these things. Then once you understand, this is how, our approach, to learn Pali. So we will, look at it, carefully afterwards, and then you have a better translation. Okay, so now, so now I'm going to analyze the whole thing. Yeah, so this would be, for example, I use underline here to show that this is a subject. Okay, since there's no verb, so I underline the subject. Okay, and then so this subject is in the nominative, right? Neuter singular, and I put the subject here. So this bhagavato is a dative singular, right? We have seen that. And tassa is also dative singular. And then in order to show their relationship, right? This tassa to him, or to the blessed one. Okay, to him, the blessed one. So this tassa is adjective, right? And then what else? Arahato is also adjective. Okay. Then you see they're all in the same thing, dative, right? So here also Sama Sang Buddhas, right, is also dative. So also describing the Bhagavato. Okay, so this is the very literal translation, right? Homage to the fortunate one, Bhagavato. Who is the worthy one? Okay, who is the worthy one? Here the Arahato. Here the fortunate one, here the tassa, or to the fortunate one. Tassa has that definite meaning. And then who is perfectly, fully awakened one. So here perfectly, Samma, fully, Sang, and awakened one. Okay. So you got it, right? So you just ignore these three dative here. I don't know why it comes. So the whole translation will be like homage to that blessed one. Okay, tassa, to that blessed one, who is an arahat, okay, or worthy one, and who is the perfectly, fully, complete, enlightened one. Okay, so you're not here. The enlightened is a PPP form and adjective. So, okay. Now, okay, we look at this. Buddhang saranang gacchami, Dhammang saranang gacchami, Sanghang saranang gacchami. Okay, so I think most of you know how even to memorize. So this Buddhang saranang gacchami, right? Dhammang saranang gacchami, Sanghang saranang gacchami. Okay, so as usual, right? we will just generally look at each and every word, you see. So for example, like Buddhang, right? So this is the, the past participle, right? The enlightened one, right? It is in the accusative singular, the enlightened one. And then Saranang, Saranang is also accusative, right? Refuge, Sarana, refuge or shelter is also accusative. If you look at this Buddhang Sarana, both in the accusative, right? So grammatically, you see they are parallel, to one another. Okay. So in the Pali term grammar, we have the word like in a position. So Saranang is in a position, Buddhang mean, or Dhammang and Sanghang respectively in a position. Okay. Then, okay, now you see this is the verb, gachami. Those ending with ami, is the first person singular. So the first person singular here is referred to I. Okay, singular. I. First person plural mean we. Second person mean you singular, or second person plural mean you also in plural. Third person mean he or she or it. This is the person singular. The person plural mean they. Okay, so in this case, you see the ending here, gachami. The ending is the first person singular. So gachami, okay, so mean I go. Okay, so this gachami is a present tense, right? First person singular from the root gam, root. Here is the root. You've seen there is a root. Then meaning mean go. So since this is a first person singular, mean I go. Okay. So yeah. Then similarly, the Dhammang is a teaching. The Sanghang, right, is a community of the Sangha. Okay. So here it's very simple, right? And of course, we will look at here how I analyze it. Yeah. Okay. So first of all, you analyze gachami, right? Present tense, first person singular. And what else? I go. And here saranang. This is object. I go. I go to refuge. Okay, I go to refuge. Buddhang, I go to the Buddha as a refuge. Okay, so I go to the Buddha as a refuge. To the Buddha as a refuge. This is in a position. Okay, or you can say that I go to the Buddhas. Okay, the refuge. Okay, as my refuge. Okay, so this is a position. So here will be the rest is similar. Dhammang saranang gacchami, sanghang saranang gacchami. Here I go to the Dhamma as refuge, and I go to the Sangha as refuge. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, this one's still very simple. So I think you know what you are chanting. And then another one, yeah, we follow by Dutiyampi, Buddhang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi Dhammang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi Sanghang saranang gacchami. Okay, so the rest are similar, only Dutiyampi. So what is Dutiyampi? So this Dutiyampi, right, is Dutiyang and Pi. Okay, or Dutiyang Api. Pi here has a meaning also. Dutiyang is an adverb, mean for the second time. Okay, for the second time also. I go to the Buddhas at refuge. I go to for the second time also, I go to the Dhamma as refuge. Okay, and similarly, you have the Tatiyampi. Okay, Tatiyampi also like Dutiyampi. Tatiyampi is from Tatiyang and Pi, mean for the third time also. Okay, so Pi mean the also. So grammar-wise, you see this dutiyang pi, dutiyang and tatiyang, they are the adjective. They are, or they also can be treated as an adverb. Adverb. Okay, so after this, we will follow by the 5 precepts. Okay, 5 precepts. You know these are Panatipata, Veramani, Sikkhapadang, Samadhiyami. Okay, yeah, those ending with ami. You know, now you have seen the first verb, first verb, like a chami. Okay, now the second verb that you learn is samadhiyami. So this is how I translate, how I pronounce. Sa is a short, ma is a long, samadhiyami. Okay, but usually the end you can either short and long, or samadhiyami. That's also okay. So this is what is the meaning? Anyway, we first analyze the whole thing first, and we will tell you how to translate. Okay, yeah, because you need to have a bit of knowledge of meaning of each word first. Oh yeah, okay. Now panatipata. This is this is ability. Ability means from. Okay, from. Okay, so it has the meaning from, like from killing. Panatipata. Panatipata, this is a compound. You know what is compound, right? Compound consists of several nouns, put together. Okay, so in this case, you have the panatipata is from pana atipata, right? Pana atipata. So when you join it together, like panatipata. Okay, so the pana means the living beings. Atipata means killing. Killing. So killing of living beings. And this is a ablative, right? So you said from killing living beings. You got it, right? Yeah. And then here, Veramani, you have dashed, Sikkhapada. So this is also a compound. Okay, so this is a compound consists of 2 words. One is Veramani, one is Sikkhapada. Okay, so you look at Veramani, yeah. You see, I put the feminine. So this is a feminine noun. Veramani means the abstention. Okay, abstention or refraining. Sikkhapada. Okay, so you see this Sikkhapada, though I say it's 1 word, but again, this is also another compound. You have the Sikkha and Pada. Sikkha means the training, right? Pada means the path. So it's a part of the training. Part of training means can be a precepts, or can be a rule of training. Okay, Sikkhapada. So this one is in the accusative, right? Object, governed by the verbs. And samadhiyami, this is a first person singular, right? So you see, I analyze it. It's from the sang, a, and da, right? The root means the da. You see, da means to gift, right? You see, I explained a little bit. Right? Prefix a means towards, all the way, or up to completely. Prefix sang means together, right? And then the prefix pra means the fourth, the kind of meaning. So to give completely all along, right? So you can take it like under text, or accept. Okay, so now we look at the general meaning. So how we should analyze. So here panatipata veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. So you first look at the verb, right? So this samadhiyami is the first person singular, mean I. Okay, and you analyze what is samadhiyami. So it's from sang and a and da. So this is how I teach my students. So I have a lot of students, when I'm teaching them Pali or even Sanskrit, I will use this method. And this method is used by many modern scholars. Okay, So, okay, so when you have this, what else? You find the subject. The subject, of course, is understood as I, right? But in this case, I is elided, so not necessary, but understood, like I undertake. And then you look at the sub-object. So once you have the verb, now you know the subject, now you look at the object. The object is accusative, it's in the form of accusative, right? So Veramani Sikapada, right? So here's the training rules, reframing. And then Panatipada is ablative, killing living beings, from killing. So here, the whole translation would be like, I undertake, right? I undertake the rules of training. Here, Veramani Sikapada. The rule of training of abstention. You see, the of abstention is, this is how I interpret it. Rule of training is Sikapada. Of, this is because they're in a compound, so you are free to translate it. Rule of training of abstention, from, here is ablative. Okay? Panatipata means from killing living beings. You got it? Huh? Yeah, you got it, right? So undertake the rules of training of abstention from killing living beings. So you see, oh, follow exactly the grammar. Yeah. If I were to split the combination, right? Split the sandhi. Here the sandhi means the combination. You have the word like Pana Atipata, Veramani, Sikha, Padang, Samadhiya. So this is how, you know, for Pali students, we are trained, you know, to split all these things as you know, much as possible, so that you are able to check from the dictionary. Yeah, nowadays there are a lot of tools, a lot of modern tools for you, so you can have easy access to all these tools. So you should be able to, you know, split so that you can refer to the dictionary. Okay. Okay, so now we look at the second precepts. Okay, second precept. Adinna dana veramani sikhapadang samadhiyami. Okay, you can recite your own, and no need to open the mic. You can recite your own. Adinna dana veramani sikhapadang samadhiyami. Okay. So yeah, as usual, we look at the vocabulary, right? So adina dana. Yeah, you look at the ending, you have the ablative singular, right? As to this case declension, you need another class for this. Okay, so that Brother Carl will help you if you are interested. Okay, about this declension. But here I will give all the grammar to you, so that you just have a general understanding of what they are all about. Then slowly you will understand. Okay, so adina dana. So it's from, you see, this is a compound. It's from adin, right? And plus adana. Okay, adin, adana. So you have the A, and A become long A. Here short A, here long A also become long A. You see, you have the long A. Yeah, so adina. Adina means what is not given. Okay, what is not given. Adana means taking what is not given. Okay, and this is the ablative. And the rest are the same. Okay, the rest are the same. So now here will be the syntax analysis. Right? Adina dana veramani sikhapada samadhiyami. Okay, so samadhiyami. I undertake, right? Undertake what? Here, so you know, these verbs already tell you what is the subject, right? So like for example, the army is already I. The I in Pali is called ahang, but understood. So you can just, you take it like undertake. Undertake what? Then followed by the object, right? Here, accusative is object. So adinadana is ablative. So here is my translation. Undertake the rules of training of abstention from taking what has not been given. Okay, what has not been given. Okay. So here, if we're to split the combination, right? So this is the combination, right? Adina, Adana, Veramani, Sikha, Padang, Samadhiyami. Adina, Adana, right? So yeah, so this is a whole thing, right? Okay, yeah, we go. If you're okay, we go to the third precepts, right? Third precept. Kamesu michachara veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Okay. So for example, like kamesu. Here the ka is a long A, long sound. Me is also long sound. Su is short. Kamesu. So this mesu is a locative plural, right? So it's a misconduct regarding sexual pleasure. And this one is coming from the kama, mean the sexual pleasure. Okay? Yeah. So, or you can say that it's a wrong conduct. The achara, michachara is a wrong conduct. Michachara. Okay? The michachara is from micha and char. Achara. Okay? Michachara. Micha achara. So micha is an adverb, mean wrong. Wrong. Achara is a prefix, right? Like chara conduct. So you also wrong conduct. So it's ablative. And the rest are similar. Okay? The rest are similar. Yeah, this 5 precepts, Kamesha particularly refer to that. Yeah, in this context.
Bhante,
Yes.
Kamesu, could it be sensual? SENSUAL?
Yeah, you can translate that as well. Yeah, but in the 5 precept context, yeah. So it's essential pleasure. There are several meaning. Yeah, there are several meaning. Okay, as you can refer to the sensual pleasure as well, especially the word karma. Yeah, karma. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. But of course, in the context of 5 precepts, right? This kamesu is particularly used in the very specialized meaning, referring to the sexual pleasure. Okay. But of course, generally we can translate as essential pleasure. That's fine. Okay. But in the context of 5 precepts, then it has a special meaning, right? Okay. So this is how I would translate. Right? For first, you look at the verb samadhiyami. Okay, same thing. I undertake, right? And here the accusative, the object, yeah. The training rules of refraining, michachara, ablative, from the misconduct, right? From the wrong conduct, right? Then kamesu is a locative verb with regard to or concerning, that kind of meaning. Okay, concerning. So undertake the rules of training of abstention from sexual misconduct. Or you can literally translate like, you can also literally translate like I said, undertake the rules of training of abstention from wrong conduct with regard to sensual pleasure. Okay? Are you okay? That's more literally. Okay, more literally. Wrong conduct with regard to. So this locative absolute. This locative has a meaning of with regard to or concerning or in, just generally, or in. Okay. Now we look at the 4th precepts. That is Musavada. Okay, so what is Musavada? Musavada is also ablative, from, okay, from, and it's compound of this Musa and Vada. Musa is also adverb. Musa means false. Vada means speech, so false speech. Okay, false speech. So, okay. So now I explain the grammar here. Musavada Veramani Sikapadang Samadhiyami. Right, the first person singular, I undertake. Okay. And then here Veramani Sikapada, the rules of training or abstention. Musavada ablative, okay, from false speech or from lying. Okay. So here I split the Sandhi Musa, Vada, Vermani, Sikapada, Samadhi. You see, the reason I put the dashed is because, you know, to show you clearly. You see, because Pali and Sanskrit, they tends to have a long compound, very, very long compound. Yeah, generally you have 2 members in one compound. Even you have 3 members, you have 4 members, 5 members, 6 members, even 10 members in one long compound. So when you look at this long compound, right, you have to know how to interpret this long compound. Okay, so that part, you know, as to determining, you know, what kind of a compound is used, that will be taught in other classes. Okay, yeah. So, okay, the last one, Sura Meraya Majjapamada Tana. Veramani Sikapadang Samadhiyami. Okay, so here you see, this is a good example. You have the long compound. Sura Meraya Majja Pamadatana. So this is a long compound. Okay, yeah. Okay, so this is a good example. Yeah, yeah. So sometimes, you know, don't get frightened. Huh? Don't get frightened by this long compound. Whatever it is, all can be explained. Okay, so now we look at this. So this long compound, I split them into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Consists of 5 members. Okay, you have Sura, Meraya, Majja, Pamada, Tana. Okay, Tana. Yeah, so this is ablative. So yeah, the compound of what? Sura. Sura means the intoxicating, right? Intoxicating liquor. And Meraya means, you know, also a sort of intoxicating liquors, but it's also spirit, right? And Majja is also intoxicating drink, yeah, like wine or spirits, huh? Yeah, so you see, whatever the words that fits in are all taken in already. and then Pamada. Pamada means heedlessness, huh? Heedlessness or negligent, no? And then you have a word like Tana. Tana, many meaning. You have place, location, case, or in the case of a situation, or in the state of, you know, condition. Okay, so you have this compound of ours. Then how are we going to link them together? So here I analyze the grammar. Analyze the grammar. Okay, so already split into the individual number. Sura, Meraya, Majja, Pama, Pamada, Tana. Okay, yeah. So first, Samadhiyami. I undertake the rules of training of abstention from. Yeah, so this is the translation. Okay, yeah. You see, okay, I don't know why I have this. So you can translate like, I undertake the rules of training of abstention from the state of heedlessness. Or here the heedlessness. Okay, here's the Tana. From the state of heedlessness that comes from wine, spirits, and alcohol. Okay, it means that taking this wine, spirits, and alcohol can cause heedlessness. Okay, so here the meaning of this pamada Tana. Okay, the state of heedlessness caused by, Sura, Meraya, Majja. Okay. Okay, so I think we stop here for a while, and I don't know whether you have anything to ask. If you want to ask anything, please open your video so that I can see you.
Bhante, there's one question.
Okay. Oh, Singaraja. Oh. How about the textbook from the Buddhist Cultural Center? What do you mean? Textbook from the Buddhist Cultural Center, Colombo. Okay, as I know, this Buddhist Cultural Center, they are the, the publication, they publish a lot of books. Yeah. So what you want to say is the textbooks, is it? What kind of textbook? You see, like in Sinhala, you see a lot of Pali texts are, is in the Sinhala script. It's in the Sinhala script. You see, then nowadays we read a lot of this Homage, the Roman scripts is from the PTS, from the West. If you want to know a little bit of history, right? The British, the colonized Sri Lanka, that back in 18th or 19th century, yeah. So like Rhines David and many others, you see, I heard they also studied in Sri Lanka. All right, and they master Sinhalese script. Right, so when they studied this and they brought back all this Sinhalese script back to London, and they formed a society called the Pali Text Society, and they transliterate, they translate, the scripts in Sinhala into a Romanized script. Okay, so now today all the Pali script we read now, we read all these Romanized scripts. We follow the PTS. So the PTS is an international, the standard for learning Pali. Okay, so I think this is what you are referring to, isn't it? So you see,
I think,
yes.
Bhante, I think they are asking about those books published by Buddhist Cultural Center, like Buddha Datta's Pali textbook. There's a grammar textbook and Ananda Maitreya. Yeah. I think they're referring to this.
Yeah. Because if you are from Sri Lanka, then you will learn all this, from the Sri Lankan teachers. Okay, like for example, the Buddha Datta's book, I have read more than 10 times already. All right, when I was in Sri Lanka, but but we don't use those textbooks for our the Pali reading here. Right, we follow the Professor Zamajyoti's book. Yeah, the method and the approach. Okay, so we don't use that approach. Right? And especially like Buddha Datta's books and other books, they don't directly learn from the text, learn from the Pali text. They learn very superficial, the structures. Like I said, the monkey jump from one tree to another tree. The fish swim in the pond. that kind of Pali. So it doesn't help us to understand or better comprehend the teaching of the Buddhas. Okay, so we directly go into the original teachings of the Buddhas. Okay, though of course it's difficult in the first place, but I believe if you continue like this, you will appreciate the Pali language. Okay. Okay, now Bhante, abstain from heedlessness state, not abstain from alcohol. So so little drink is still considered okay as long as they are not in the pamada. Yeah, according to the Pali structure, it's like that, no? Yeah. I remember, if you are taking this purely that cause your heedlessness or negligence, that is, yeah. But I think that is for the 5 precepts, but definitely not for Buddhist monk. Okay, I think Buddhist monk have to totally refrain from all of this. Yeah. So yeah, but of course you know that. Yeah, I think this is still very controversial. Yeah, so But if the doctor advised you to take little liquid, things like that for your general well-being, so I think that's okay. But that's looking from that perspective. Okay, yeah, Musawada is refraining from lying. Yeah, it's really from this false speech. Yeah, more literally is false speech. Okay. Is it okay? No more question, yeah?
Not from the chat box. Brother and sister, you have any questions? You can unmute and ask to Bhante directly.
Okay.
Bhante?
Yeah, can you
Corina
on the
here?
video? Yeah, so that we can see you, huh?
Oh, you see me.
Yeah.
Bhante, Corina here.
Okay.
Okay, I just want to ask you. Okay, Musawada is the fourth precept, reframing us from lying. Now, what is the difference between now white lie, which we encourage people to do, make it in the verse of encouragement of doing something good, like,
Yeah. Of course, when you're talking about the false speech, you are talking about the false speech that should be reframed if that false is hurt to yourself as well as for others. Right? When you are talking about something good for yourself and bad for others, that is also not good. Right? If it is good for yourself and good to others, that is okay. You see, so there are many certain criteria to like it, but this one is just generally we talk about, yeah. If you're talking about the lying, it's good to yourself, bad to others, or bad to good for others, bad to yourself, or bad for both, then that should be completely, refrained.
I see, because just for my sister, I just tell her, leave everything behind and you will go to heaven, which is not right. But then, just encouragement.
I don't know. Have you heard the word constructive? Yeah, constructive. Of course, destructive one is not recommended. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. You have to apply wisdom anyway. Apply
Okay.
wisdom. Yeah. Okay. Now, so if there's no, then we continue. Okay.
Bhante, there's one more question we haven't put into the Google Drive. The fifth precepts only mention some intoxications. Can we interpret it more broadly as all kind of intoxicant?
Yeah, definitely. Yes.
Causes, illnesses, yeah.
Yes,
So
yes.
including drugs and
You want to
others.
include everything, so I think that compound can last for can be a very long compound. Whatever the liquor, the name that you call it, that caused the heedlessness, that should be refrained. Yeah.
Okay. Bhante, one more, I think it's from Sister Chai Hun. Veramani is considered what case?
Yeah, like just now I said it is a feminine, feminine, refraining. Okay. Yeah. So this Veramani, yeah, this of course, you see this Veramani is in the compound, right? Veramani Sikapada, right? Is in the compound. You see, usually the compound, the case is determined by the last number, right? But since this Veramani is in the beginning, right? So you are free to interpret this. Like in this case, you see, Sikapada means the rules of training of the Veramani, of abstention. So in this case, Veramani, I will take it like genitive, Tat Purusha. Okay, genitive Tat Purusha. Is, for example, like B of A, like you have the A dash B, right? Then you will take it like B of A. So this A is a genitive compound. Okay.
Bhante is the Purusha. Don't understand.
Huh?
What is the Purusha? You say what is the
Okay. So I don't frighten you. I think today you have learned a lot of different grammar. Okay. So as we study the Pali.
Today is really second time learning already, but today at least understand better than last time.
Don't worry, because like I said, you see, like when I was studying Pali, I learned Pali again and again and again until you really grasp it properly. Okay, yeah. So yeah, of course, I would very much recommend those level 2 students, also encouraged to join the level 1 again. Okay, yeah, because. Okay, what else? No, definitely.
Number 6.
Genitive is considered what case? In this case, it's not. Of course, in that compound, we are using the genitive. The Veramani, the case itself, it's just a noun only in the stem form, undeclined form. Okay. Yeah. Because I have my whiteboard, but I don't know. We cannot. Okay, so taking the herbal drink which contain alcohol, is it okay? Alcohol? Mean after taking this herbal drink, you got intoxicated, isn't it? Then it's not okay, lor. Yeah, okay, yeah. Then
Bhante, can I add on to question number 6, Bhante? Rachel here.
Yeah.
It is also very important on intention, right? Taking which type of alcoholic drinks is the intention, right?
Yeah. What do you mean intention?
I think what Sister
Some
Rachel meant,
maybe
it's
take the
not herbal drink as medicine. So now medicine has alcohol, like cough syrup.
Okay.
Confinement lady have to drink some Wong Zhao. Some could be drunk because of that, because of the
Okay.
Sometimes human beings very good to find reasons to do what they want.
Bhante,
That's why
Bhante,
intentions comes in as well, no?
Bhante, it's
yeah.
about the herbal drink that Sister Rachel shared. I have an idea. I asked my mother-in-law to cook it properly until the alcohol evaporates. So the herb's still there, but it will not affect our body. Because I'm allergic to alcohol, I cannot take that one that time when I gave birth. So I told her to boil it properly. Then it will be okay.
Then okay, lor.
Another idea, you boil it.
Okay. Because I never take alcohol, so I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, okay. Then why kamesu?
Why kamesu is plural?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, because the word itself is plural. Okay. Then when we are talking about the pleasure, right? The pleasure, when you talk about the pleasure, generally we take it like the 6 sense pleasure, like the eyes, ear, nose, tongue, body, and mind, right? But of course, in the context of 5 precepts, it has the special meaning, right? The kamesu here refer to the sexual pleasure, right? But here the kamesu, we take it generally. You can refer to the these eyes, what do you call? These 6 pleasurable 5 pleasurable objects. Okay, yeah. And what else? What is different between Buddha Dhamma? Okay, very good question. Yeah, you see, okay, so first of all, these are all the noun. Okay, noun. And as for noun, right, you have the masculine noun, you have the feminine noun, and then you have the neuter noun. Yeah, 3 genders. Okay. Then for every noun, right, you have to know its undeclined form, its original form. Okay, its original form. Like for example, the Buddha, or Dhamma and Sangha. Yeah, these 3 words, they are the masculine noun, original form. When you have the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, they are already declined. Okay. So when you decline the noun, there are altogether 8 cases. 8 cases. You had, for example, you had nominative case, you had accusative case, etc., etc. So like the Buddhamang, Buddhang, and Sanghang, they are in the accusative singular. Okay? They're in accusative singular. I think next time we have to, what do you call this? Huh? Annotation. I think someone has to enable the annotation so that I can write on my notebook, iPad. Yeah. Rachel, do you know the annotation?
Yeah, but I'm not the host, Brother Cow.
But it's okay. Next week, we enable the annotation, so that I can write on my iPad, so that all can see. iPad as the what do you call the screen, so that you can see as the what do you call the whiteboard, so you can see what I have written here. Now I can't do anything.
I'll claim the host next time.
So next time, I think someone don't make me the host, because so I think I will also have another suggestion. Next time, so we allow students to access directly into the Zoom without the passcode. Just give them the meeting ID will do. What do you think, Rachel? Is it okay?
We'll do the setting, because currently the setting done by Brother Cow. We'll adjust the setting, Bhante.
Oh,
sure,
yeah, no wonder the password also wrong. I code also wrong, so I also don't know how.
Sorry, Bhante, sorry.
Okay, that's okay. That's okay. I think that is a good attempt. Yeah, good attempt. Yeah, good attempt. Yeah, yeah. Because I'm trying very hard just now and try to access to the Zoom. But anyway, it's good. Yeah, good. What else? Bhante, what about cooking while wine, like Xiao Xing wine aided to?
是烧醒酒。
烧醒酒 better not lor. Better not lor. And like Kawa drink, I don't know what is South Pacific Island. No alcohol. If no alcohol inside, okay lor. But people will get dizzy after a cup, then better not. Yeah, whatever that causes his listeners, better not, okay? Because we need to have a clear of mind. And any particular reference to addictive drugs? Compound micha achara is double negative. No. This one is not achara. Achara, this A is a long A. Micha achara. Achara is long A. Okay? Yeah. If it is a short A, then it's a negation. But achara, A is the meaning of excessive or intensify the meaning, like chara means the conduct, right? Achara means intensify the conduct. It's also conduct. So it's a wrong conduct. Okay, so it's a long A. So it's not now double negative. Or even you also can take it like micha chara also can. But the micha here is a long A, okay? Yeah. So there are two forms of seeing this compound. You can either take it like micha achara or micha chara. Chara also. The CA, the CA also long. Yeah. Okay, so anything? Any question? If not, then we continue. Is it okay?
Yeah, Bhante. Over to you, Bhante.
Okay, yeah. We look at the eighth precept. Yeah, more or less the same. So we are not going to repeat it. Yeah. Yeah, but we look at the third one. Right? The eighth precept, right? The first, second, fourth, fifth are the same as 5 precepts. But the third one is Brahmacharya. Veramani Sikhapadang Samadhiyami. Okay, so what is a Brahmacharya? Here is also ablative. You look at the ending. So this is the practice of the non-celibate life. So this is compound of mean non, right? And then Brahmacharyam is celibacy. So it's a non-celibacy. Okay, so this is at precept. Okay, at precept. You look at 5 precepts, it's a Kamesu Michacharya. But for the at precept, it's a Brahmacharya. Okay, so it means that you have to abstain from the non-celibate life. It means that you have to be totally, abstain, from all the possible pleasurable, what they call, physical pleasure or whatever. So of course, Brahmacharya, the opposite of it, we had to lead Brahmacharya life. Brahmacharya life, usually English translation would be translated like noble, holy, right? Holy life or spiritual life. Okay. So what is the purpose of Brahmacharya precept? Right? Because we have to lead a holy life, right? Or lead a celibate life. Because as we observe the celibate life, right? Like for example, becoming a monk, right? Or even 5 precepts, they said that if you observe the 8 precept also, you also like living like a monk, celibate life. Yeah, because as you observed this, you live this holy life, that helps, or that could be the ideal condition for your spiritual developments, right? And I think we take to understand, in that context. Okay, so does it refer that the sex itself is evil, right? But here referred to the celibate life that conducive for your spiritual upliftment or spiritual realization. Okay, now we should understand it in that context.
Bhante,
yes.
can I ask one question?
Yeah. Sorry. Okay.
Okay. With regard to Brahmacharyam, I have one question. Usually we read in the suttas, Tina Jati, Visutang Brahmacharyam, Katang Karaniang, and Naparang Itatayati Pajanami. So in that case, what's the meaning of Brahmacharya?
Yeah, generally you can take it, this is the complete of the spiritual life. That complete of spiritual life is the ending of suffering, is what you have done has been completed. You see, so it means that you have completed all these things. So the whole of, the life is a spiritual life. Even for the Buddhist monks, you see, so even for lay people, observe this at precept. Yeah, observe this Brahmacharya, Veramani, is also for that purpose. Okay.
And in that case, the Brahmacharya doesn't stop at non-celibate, isn't it? When you say Visutang Brahmacharya, it doesn't stop at non-celibate. It's more complete than that.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because I think we have to understand in different contexts. For example, this Brahmacharya is also understood in the Brahmanism context, right? Like for example, in Brahmanism, right? They said that this Brahmacharya is what do you call? Is a state of what do you call, the celibacy life, particularly for the students or studentship. Before you lead a marriage life, yeah, and of course, Buddhist context also used the Brahmacharya. Charya mean a kind of conduct, a kind of practice, right? So, you take the Brahma, you can take like a Brahman, right? The Brahman, right? So. And of course, the whole thing, you can take it like, a holy life or sacred life, right? Or the practice of the holy life, right? And yeah. Yeah, or you can say that a kind of practice, right, that involve in such a holy life. Because when you understand the holy life, different religions have different context, meaning. So you are talking about there are certain types of, there are the practice that involved in this Brahma holy life. Okay, yeah, it has two words, Brahma and Charya. Charya means, the Sanskrit is Charya, right? But and Charya means the conduct, the practice. Okay. What else? Okay. So I undertake the rules of training of abstention from not being celibate. Okay, so it's a matter of translation. From is that. Okay, now you look at the sixth precept. Sixth precept. Vikala bhojana veramani sikapada samadhiyami. Okay, so you have the vikala bhojana. Okay, this vikala bhojana. Let me see. Here, vikala bhojana is ablative, right? Yeah. So here vikala means the wrong time. So eating at the wrong time. So it means that before noon. Yeah, before noon. Yeah. Afternoon? Yeah, eating at the wrong time.
It's
like
afternoon. Before noon is correct time, Bhante.
Yeah, what you say? So we have to eat before noon, isn't it? Yeah, that's the right time. Yeah,
that is the right time, but you write here eating at the wrong time.
Yeah, wrong time is because of vikala. Vikala means type here. Yeah, I is an example. So wrong time example.
Yeah, wrong time. You're giving example that before noon is wrong.
Okay, lo. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So here generally it's translated as understood as the wrong time. Eating at the wrong time. So. Okay. So here vikala, wrong time. Yeah. Yeah. And the bhojana is food. Okay, so here, let's see how the translation. Undertake the training from eating at the wrong time. Okay. Then we look at the 7. Okay. 7 is Nachagita, Vadita, Visuka, Dasana. Oh, it's very long. I tell you, this is a very long compound. How many words? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 members in this compound. Is it long? Nachagita Vadita, Visuka Dasana, Malaganda, Vilepana, Dharana, Mandana, Vibhusana, Tana. So it's a long compound. So it has 12 members. So you look at this compound, you can divide into 3 parts. Different types of compound. Like the first part, Dvanda compound, right? Nachagita Vadi. I will explain what is it. And then the second compound is Dvanda compound. Malaganda Vilipana, Dharana. And the third is also Dvanda compound. Mandana, Vibhusana, Tana. Okay. So what is the Dvanda? Dvanda is like N, A and B and C and D. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, yeah. I'm giving this meaning. Like Natcha means the dancing. Okay, dancing. Gita means the singing or song. Vadita means this is a PPP, right? Past participle, short form. Past participle. Vadita means the sound of music. Right? Music. So Visuka Dasana. Dasana is a noun, right? The seeing. The seeing of play. Visuka. So you can say that the seeing of dancing, song, music, and play. Right? And then what else here? Mala Ganda Vilepana Dharana. Mala means garland. Ganda means perfume. Vilepana, ointment. Right? Dharana means, this is a noun. Right? It's a neutral noun. Wearing of garland, perfume, and ointment. So this is the second part, right? Second part. So, and of course, this second part, this is Malaganda, Vilepana. They are Dwanda. But though it's a Dwanda, but the whole compound is a Tatpurusha. It means that you can say the dharana, like wearing of Mala and Ganda and Vilepana. Like the first part is also the same time. Dasana. Dasana means the seeing. The seeing of nature and Gita and Vadita and Visuka. So it means that under each section, you have Dwanda compound as well as the Tatpurusha compound. Okay, so that one you need not to worry so much, right? And then another third part is Mandana, Vibhusana, Tana. Okay, so the Tana is a state. Okay, state of what? Mandana, Vibhusana. So Mandana means adornment, and the Vibhusana is also adornment. Ornament or ornament or adornment. So it's very long. So this Tana is like a state of, have I translated? No. Here is the next one. Yeah, here. Okay. Yeah, Samadhiyami. So you see, this is a very long compound. The whole compound is a huge, Tatpurusha, consists of 3 parts. Internal, you have the Dwanda compound as well. So, Sikapada, from the state of, so here undertake the root training of abstention from dancing, singing, music, okay, and play. Dasana means seeing and seeing play. Or you can take it like seeing play dancing, singing, music, and play. Okay, and the second part from wearing garland and perfume, and what else? From the state of using, okay, ornament or adornment. So it's very long. Okay. Now, look at the last one. Ucha Sayana dash. Okay, remember this is dash. Maha Sayana Veramani Sikhapadam Samadhiyami. Okay, so you look at the Ucha Sayana. So this is a compound. Okay, it's a compound. So you put a compound. If you split the compound, then you don't. So this is this is also a Dwanda compound. Ucha Sayana and Maha Sayana. So Ucha mean, Ucha mean the high, high bed, and Maha Sayana mean large bed. So undertake the rules of training or ascension from high and large beds. Okay. Hey, sorry. Hey. Okay. Okay, so I leave it to you, Rachel, now.
Thank you, Bhante. Bhante, we have, I think, 2 more questions.
Okay, so you quit my PowerPoint. You quit my PowerPoint because okay, yeah, better. Okay.
Looks like everyone very interested in the alcohol. Or need a lot of clarifications. Probably Bhante need to do a very thorough, comprehensive explanations.
I don't know. If doctor advised you to take wine for your good health, then go ahead.
Okay, question 12. Again, is in Chinese cooking, they might use liao jiu as a cooking ingredients. So is it in responding to the question 9?
Yeah.
Okay, cooking wine, so can be.
Yeah, I don't know, but if you understand.
Many times of.
Okay, so may I know what is the different? What sentence define? Okay, before noon time. Anyway, generally, we will take it like noon mean 12 o'clock. Okay, noon 12 o'clock. So I think, yeah, in Malaysia you take it 1 o'clock. But in Thailand you take 12 o'clock. You see, so yeah, generally we take it 12 o'clock. Okay, easier. So don't argue too much. And of course, in Malaysia, there are monks also taking food after 12. They follow the Thai, the times. So the time they yeah, okay. Or before, yeah. Anyway, you can take it like not exceeding 1 o'clock. No. Okay. Bhante Vilepana Oma, what are the types? What are the types of ointment cannot be used? I also don't know. What types of ointment cannot be? Yeah, makeup law. Yeah, makeup law. Yeah. So if one suffer from knee pain, is it okay to sleep on the high bed? Wow. If you think that if you have the knee pain, sleeping on the high bed, that cure your knee pain, then no problem. Yeah, that is to get up, no problem. Huh? So
this is from Sister Swatyen. Sister Swatyen, do you want to unmute to us or elaborate your questions?
you don't have you don't have the knee pain, but I have the back pain if I sleep on the high bed.
Okay.
So Bhante, I means when we are practicing the Oposata that time, right? Supposed to not to sleep on the high bed, but I got knee pain, so I always sleep on the bed. But then it's like, no, I'm not practicing correctly like that.
I think like Rachel said, the intentional, you're not endowed in it, right? But I think if since we are supposed not to sleep on the high bed and luxurious bed, then for that one night, I think you try lead a simple life.
Okay,
a good practice. Okay. Yeah. Otherwise, subject.
Brother Heng.
Yeah.
Sorry, Brother Heng raised questions. Brother Heng, would you like to ask?
Bhante, is there punctuation mark like comma in Pali for long sentence? No. You see all the punctuation mark is marked by the modern scholars, huh? But you look at the original text and you don't find a comma, full stop. Hi there, I'm curious, how did the 12 o'clock become the right time? Is there a historical reasoning, a rationale for this? Anyway. Yeah. Yeah. Usually I don't want to talk more on this because like you're talking about the Vikala, right? Yeah, we had to take it like this is the time. Okay, we all have to follow. I mean, say like if we say after 1 o'clock is the wrong time, we just take it like 1 o'clock. So if you want to argue on these things, I think that you have to read many other things. I think that we can't explain in just one or two words. Okay. So if Buddha says, we don't take after lunch, that probably good for your practice, then we just follow now. And of course, you can argue on these things. But I think it's no point for us to, argue on this kind of thing. And I'm glad that you look fine. What do you mean? I'm glad that you look fine. As for the precept, which is what is it? Actually, I agree with you. Before I saw the word as high and luxurious, have you ever heard of that? Do you think it makes sense?
This question is from Bhante Yoshi. Reverend Yoshi.
So what is your problem?
Honorable
Bhante, how are
Yoshi,
you?
do you like to
Yeah,
unmute?
fine, fine. Oh. Yeah, I'm not fine, thank you. I'm fine.
Good, Bhante. Yeah, my question is that 8 precepts, Uccasayana, Mahasayana, that is actually the refraining from using a high and large bed. But I've heard that Uccasayana, Mahasayana can be understood as a seat or chair. What do you think? I want to request you your opinion about that.
Yeah.
Do you think it makes sense?
Yeah, makes sense because sayana is from the sa. Sa means to sit. You see, so
Yeah. I see.
Yeah. So you can take it as a bed or take it as a seat. Oh, yeah.
So the verb sayati is not only sleeping but also sitting. Also,
Sayati is different verb. Sayati is from the root si. Si means to lie down, to sleep. But this one is
I see.
Sat means SAD. Sat means to sit. So it's a different.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, Bhante.
That is sayana. Yeah. So you can say that sayan. Oh, sorry. Oh, sayana. Sayana is also from the same root, but si means lying down. Yeah. Sorry, not sat. I look at it wrongly. So this sayana mean is from the root si, mean lying down. So you are referring to the bed. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, not the seat. Sorry.
Okay.
So sayana should be.
Yeah. I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Bhante.
Okay. So not the seat, so it's a bed.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. 1 p.m. clock time Malaysia is about 12 noon geographically. So it is not exceeding noon. Yeah. I quite agree with you. Yeah. Bhante, the time known, is it when there is no shadow on the stick under the bright sun? Yeah. It means that you see, according to the rules, they said that the 2 inches finger, if the sun under the sunshine, if exceed 2 finger, 2 finger or 1 finger, I don't know, then that is already exceed the noon time. Yeah. Yeah. Usually when we are talking about there is no shadow when you are on the stick under the bright sun. You're right. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so
there's actually comment from Asoka Ang. I think it's Brother Asoka.
Yeah, correct.
He has all this comment. Yeah.
Okay.
Just now, Brother Heng has raised hand to ask questions. Brother Heng.
From Singapore, welcome Heng.
No, I'm from Malaysia. Bhante, thank you for the teaching. My question is regarding the high bed and large bed. What about, when we have to go for assignment, we stay in hotel, how should we approach this? We should sleep on the floor or on the bed?
It's okay lah. If you are not observing a precept, you sleep on the bed, no problem lah.
No, if let's say we are observing the 8 precept,
you can stay on the ground lor.
Oh, I see.
Isn't it?
Okay, thank you, Dante.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, Bhante, one more from Sister Chai Hun. Sister Chai Hun, you'd like to ask? I think she's asking about drinking coffee, 3-in-1 coffee. It's considered allowed when practicing at precepts.
I don't know. Personally, I like coffee very much. But after taking coffee, I'm not feeling I'm intoxicated. And I don't know, because of course there are temple prohibited monks to take coffee, like those Burmese temples. But again, it have to depend what type of coffee you are taking. See, like I'm taking the Kuching coffee, so that's fine for me. And
but here I mean the 3-in-1 coffee.
I don't know. I don't take 3-in-1 coffee, so I don't know. But you think that the 3-in-1 coffee bring you what?
No, I mean I just curious. Inside got sugar. Is it consider okay or not okay?
Yeah, sugar okay. Yeah, sugar okay.
Sugar okay. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Even, yeah, like this is like honey, molasses, you see. So it also consists of some of the sweet substance. Huh?
So one day, cheese and chocolate also can take, is it?
Okay lah, but I don't take, sorry.
No, because I was quite surprised when I heard someone say cheese and chocolate also can take lah. But I actually cannot, I don't know. I also don't know, cannot find much material on what to take and what not to take.
Yeah, I mean, of course, this one is exception for some people having, certain sickness. So he need to take something. So I think that that could be also considered as a allowable, requisites law. But of course, nowadays monks don't take those things lah. So okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You think about the bed. If a monk consider a high bed, and also what is the definition of large bed?
Large, I don't know, double. I don't know, double. Okay, high and large. Yeah.
Queen size is considered large, is it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Okay. If Sangha means the lunch, can we have it later? Then you take it following day, lah. If the Sangha means the lunch, then you take it following day. That's okay. Yeah, not so bad. So no complaint. Can Theravada be
one more.
root vegetable like potatoes, radish? Why not? They are food, no? Yeah. Okay. It means now our class is not a PALI class anymore. Oh.
5 precepts.
Yeah, become
Vinaya class.
Vinaya.
Yeah. It's like a
Formalities. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think until here, I think that's all for the questions. Bhante, thank you very much, Bhante, for answering all the questions. Should you have more questions to ask, you may unmute to ask. You probably can allow one more.
I think enough lah. Now already 5:20. Okay, so we see you next week. See you next week. Of course, if you're interested to join the level 2, also you are welcome, because someone said, Bhante class on the beginner and the advanced are no different. Because we are reading the sutta, we are reading the original sutta. So I think you can come and learn. Okay, so see you tomorrow. I saw some of you have attended my earlier class. Okay, so see you then. Thank you.